Hey folks, one more quick video for you here, just to walk you through the first game we're going to play. One, because it's the first game, and there's just a couple things that I want to walk you through just to get the game initiated. Two, this is a great game, maybe one of the more valuable ones that you will play, but it's also one of the more complicated ones. It's not super complicated, but it's just takes a little figuring out. I'm going to take you through it real quick just to introduce you to it. I'm not going to play the game all the way through. I'm just going to get you rolling here. All right. So I've stated this in another video, but it's extremely important that when you go to play a game on iCivics, number one, you've got to sign in. You should have already created an account and joined the class if you haven't done that. The previous little lesson or whatever, there's a video in there on how to do that. Make sure that you locate that and you get signed up and get signed in and everything before you start playing any games. You can hit sign in with Google if you're not already signed in, and then you're going to go up to My iCivics up here at the top, and then you're going to click on Classes. You always have to do this. Click on Classes, and it's going to show you our class as long as you have already joined the class. If you haven't, you can see the green button right there. You need to go locate that code in the previous document that I had out there for you and join the class. Okay, so now you're ready to start the assignment, which is, again, it's a game, and this one's called Newsfeed Defenders, and it's going to walk you through and teach you how to evaluate stuff that you're interacting with online and stuff that you're sharing, and it's going to make you make decisions about what's good to share with other people, what's good to promote to other people, what should be kind of left behind. And it's also going to kind of teach you this idea of managing your time, because you can't go out and do a major investigation on every story that you see online. You got to decide whether it's worth your time or not, and stuff like that. Okay. So we're going to start a new game, and one of the things that I always encourage to you is that when a game offers a tutorial, that you take the tutorial, that you let it walk you through the game, because if you spend an extra minute or two letting the game show you how to play, you're going to save yourself time and frustration by not trying to figure it out as you go. Okay, so we're going to start a new game. And then it doesn't really matter. You're kind of limited on what your people are going to look like here. All right, but you can pick whoever you want. And then you can put a name in. Hit OK. That's going to be kind of like your screen name. And this is going to set up sort of like a fictitious social media account for you. It's not a real one. Like I said, it's a game. Okay. So I'm going to choose sports and entertainment. And then, again, it's going to walk you through things here, what the mission is of this little online community that you're a part of. And then it's going to take you through some things that are important. These are the things that you want to remember as you're playing, and these are the things that you want to try and promote if you want to score well and if you want to do well. Okay. Now, like all other games, that you're going to play this year, when I look at your scores, basically what I'm looking for is, are you doing your best? Okay. If you're bombing on these games because you're not really trying very hard, your grade's going to reflect that. Okay. But don't get too worried about, if you don't, have just a perfect score on a game or whatever. As long as you're trying, you're playing, you're doing your best, I can tell, and you're going to get credit for that. Okay. So the first one was accuracy. The second one, and you know what accuracy means. They've got it. These things kind of spelled out for you there. So take your time and read through that stuff. But accuracy, transparency. So are you, is what you're sharing, is it, putting all of its resources out there? Is it being upfront about where its information's coming from and what it's, what they're trying to accomplish with the article and so forth? Is what you're sharing trustworthy? Is it legit? Is it something that they don't have a history of being deceptive? Things of that nature. Impartiality, is it unbiased? Everything has bias in it, but is it trying to give us the whole picture, both sides of the story, trying to show us as much of of the truth as they can, and putting it out there for us to make decisions for ourselves and not trying to influence us too much. is it focused? Does it stay on topic? Does it deal with what we're trying to, so I chose sports and wellness or whatever. I shouldn't be posting things necessarily about, stuff that just has nothing to do with that. Okay. So your mission is upholding the integrity of the community, and pushing out good stuff to our members that are also in that community, et cetera, et cetera. Okay. Again, read through all that stuff as you go. It'll make things a lot easier for you. Okay. So it's going to offer to give you helpful tips. Again, really suggest that you take the time because it's going to make the game easier for you. And I don't know how many times I've had students come back and say, I don't understand this game. It doesn't make any sense. Did you go through and do the tips? Did you let it take you through the tutorial? No. Well, then there's a reason for that, isn't there? Okay. So make sure you go through this and just spend a little extra time. I'm going to skip it for now. I've played the game before. And again, I'm not going to go through all this stuff. That's not the point of what I'm trying to do. Okay. It's going to highlight some of these things for you, but more or less what the deal is you're a member of this community now, this online community, and you're going to kind of start off as a guest, sort of like a nobody. And all you can do really is lurk. You can't post anything. You can't comment on anything, but you can basically like or dislike things. You can vote things up or vote them down. All right. So how do you know whether or not you should be doing that? Well, if you click on an article that's been posted, you can see other comments, but you can also investigate. Okay. So over here, this brings up something for us to be looking at. You have basically 14 days to play this game, not in real life, 14 days in game time. So that's going to probably be about 25 or 30 minutes as you play the game. And each of these things, each of these research options that you have are going to take up a certain amount of time. Okay. So if you really want to build up your integrity, you need to, and that's how you're going to raise your level and score more points and do all those kinds of things and get more responsibilities on the game and go from a guest to like a moderator or something like that. So in order to do that, you want to be as accurate as you can, but you're going to have to kind of be economical with your time. Okay. If you waste almost all your time online with just this one story, researching it and going way in depth, you're not going to be able to really look at very many other stories during the day. So these other ways of researching it may not give you as much information, but they are going to take up less time and so forth. Okay. So I'm going to click on research the source and it's going to type in a little search. And so it gives me some information. The site's about page says that it's a nonprofit that focuses on health-related news for teens and their parents. Site's funded through donations and grants. Teen Health has won a number of awards for their high-quality journalism, which you have confirmed by checking the third-party sources. So I went and did a little bit of investigation. I found out this is a pretty legit organization. They've won awards. I found that on basically I kind of mimicked here, going out and researching this organization, find out they look good. Okay. So this is something that's good for other people in my community to see, I've decided. So I'm going to give that one a thumbs up. Okay. So I can back out of that one now and go back to my feed. I've given that one a thumbs up and it looks like I'm in good shape. A lot of other people have done the same. All right. Now, does that mean it's always good if a lot of people are sharing something? No, we've talked already about the fact that that's not always, something that I'm going to full screen this here. That's not always something that actually I'm going to back out of that. That it doesn't mean just because a lot of people are sharing something that it's legitimate. Okay. So there's also some other things over here that you want to keep an eye on. Your integrity. That's again, how good are the posts that you're sharing and giving a thumbs up to and stuff like that. Okay. Traffic. Are a lot of people coming through? And that's part of that is going to be if you're wasting all your time and only looking at one or two things and you're not evaluating a lot of stuff, you're using, you're taking up all your time on just one or two things. Traffic's not going to be great. And the focus are the articles focused on the topic that you're supposed to be looking at. If you're sharing articles that are legit, but they have nothing to do with your topic, well, that's gonna hurt the community because that's not what people are supposed to be there for. Okay, so it's gonna keep a running meter for you, and like I said, you're going to play quote unquote 14 days. If you get done and you don't think you did as well as you wanted to, and you want to go back and play it again, or if you just got extra time and you want to play it some more, you're definitely welcome to do that. Just as you go, let me know if you've got questions. And again, make sure you do the tutorial. Last thing is back here over on the on Schoology. Once you get finished, and we will almost always do this when we get finished with the game, there's a document for you to fill in, and it's just 4 questions that ask you about your experience as you play the game. So just make sure that you fill those in and you click submit in Schoology when you're done. That will tell me you're done. And then these questions are part of the game, but it'll also tell me that you're finished, and I can go into iCivics and grade how you did there, put that together with your answers here, and that will be what accounts for your overall grade. Okay. The directions and some of the basic stuff, there's some pointers listed within the assignment. You can go back and watch this video again if you need to. And again, just holler at me, message me, or whatever if you have any questions. Okay. So appreciate you guys taking the time to watch this video, and holler at me if you guys need anything else. Okay.